I'm Brian Noel. We're currently in an interview series with Adam Pickett, CEO and founder of My One Resource. I can't wait to continue sharing the insights he's learned and his $7 an hour working at Disneyland to raising $600,000 in startup capital. He's a couple years in, but an incredible 2 years of learning and growing. Enjoy.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and he's like, so there's this new app, Instagram. And I was like...
Was that me?
No, that was funny. It's exactly what you just said about Twitter.
I at least know Instagram's been around for a while. I put a post on Facebook. I said, join Facebook in 2011, LinkedIn in 2014, hello Twitter 2015.
Were there multiple ideas? Did you decide I want to quit, so what idea do I want to pursue? Or was it this idea is so amazing I must quit to go pursue it? What was a little bit of that journey for you in jumping?
So we'll back up for a second, and just so everyone knows, my entire, from the point I was 10 years old, I wanted to work for Disney. So everything I did, worked at a Disney store out of high school. Did my entire sophomore year was spent down in Disney on the college program. Would look at marketing jobs because I wanted to get into marketing, and they all said MBA required, MBA desired. Didn't know what an MBA was at the time, so I got to go get one of those if I'm going to go work in marketing. So I went and got my MBA in marketing. Worked for my dad for 3 years. Moved down to Orlando in March of 2007. Didn't really know anybody. Got a job making $7 an hour at one of the roller coasters, and just started networking. And 9 months to the day, got hired in Disney Vacation Club in the marketing department. So my passion was Disney, and getting in the corporate side was a phenomenal experience for me. And I gained so much exposure and learning how to do things from a structural standpoint, both right and wrong, because it's big business, and when it's big business, there's politics and there's bureaucracy, and it's hard because it is big, and there's so many cooks in the kitchen, as they say. But for me, it was not about, I've got to find something. It was this idea came up, and then you start looking, and you go through that I can't do that. I don't have any experience in that. I don't know. How am I going to do that? And then once you realize, okay, yeah, you can. And once you realize that you research the market, and you realize, boy, there's really nothing out here that's kind of like this. Mm-hmm. And it just was a process. And it was an evolution. And it went from building my first business plan with it, pitching my brother on the idea, Thanksgiving of 2012. And, then he and I, he started flying down here every couple of weeks, and we started doing research and more research, and literally then we did focus groups with people, and it got to the point we started raising capital, and we kicked off development, and it got to a point where I realized I need to focus on this full time. It's just becoming too big, and it just became that process. I don't see myself as very risk averse, even though all my old colleagues at Disney are like, oh my God, you are such a risk taker. I don't really see it. To me, it was a bigger risk not to go do it. That's how important, how big that I felt that the process was. So that's kind of the process, the evolution that got me to leave Disney to go and do this. So it wasn't something I set out to do by any means. But now that I'm doing it, I realize this is what I was meant to do. My time at Disney was to learn, okay, how am I going to set my company up in a way? How do I know? My program's over $1.4 billion in revenue. So I learned to do things on a big scale, and I learned how to market nationally and internationally. So those things help set me up for now what I'm doing. But now the piece to me is, networking and connecting and building a team. That's the fun part for me right now, is we're starting to build our own development team. And those are the things that just excite me, is taking something out of nothing and turning it into a product, into a company, into a team. So it was definitely an evolution.
Wow.
I've got my MBA in CEO over the last couple of years, or in entrepreneurship over the last couple of years.
You started what year at Disney World?
2007.
So 2007, worked at the ride.
Yeah.
You were probably one of the friendliest cast members.
Yeah, definitely. July, August time frame, it was a little hot. I might not have been the most friendly at times, but I was pretty friendly. Yeah.
In the marketing department, and just learning those skill sets, that infrastructure. realizing you needed an MBA, getting the MBA, moving up into the marketing department, and then being part of that process, and then seeing this need, and then when was the first time you started actively working on the idea to the day that you quit? How much time in between there?
It was about 9 months. So the idea first started in, I want to say like September 2012. I got this idea. And then as that kind of evolved, business plan started in like October, pitched my brother in November. And then my last day at Disney was July 31st. So it was about 9 to 10 months.
Wow.
Yeah. At July 31st, so I packed up my stuff and, I go home and I get home and I sit on the couch and I'm like, what the fuck did you do? Oh my God. I sat there kind of in a coma for about 3 hours. And I'm like, and then a friend of mine who's an investor called and we were talking about some insurance stuff, and it was like that. And from that point on, I mean, I never worried about it, scared about it or anything, but those first 3 hours was like, whoa, all right.